gentlemen, we are going to give people a couple minutes to get in here. We do have a lot of weather to talk about this week, and I should probably turn that volume down before I screw myself up. Opera, please do not turn the screen off or hit any buttons over there. It would definitely be appreciated.
Absolutely. So you want to be a part of it.
That's all right. You can hit buttons if you want. We'll tell you which ones to hit. You hit them.
Yes.
I got to turn my volume down slightly. Apparently, no, it sounds okay. Yeah, seems like it's okay.
Nice.
All right. So I guess we could probably start.
Yes,
All right. So good evening, everybody. Definitely hope everyone's having an amazing evening. We definitely have a plethora of weather to discuss, from a few super strong low pressure systems to a multi-day significant severe weather event. To potential blizzard warnings setting up shop across portions of the Midwest as well. So it's definitely going to be pretty crazy. So it's definitely pretty interesting. Unfortunately, since the last time I made this, I think we did gain 1 follower, so that's good. And it is going very slow. I do not like that. But anyway, guys, so if you guys are enjoying the content that we're posting, consider subscribing to our channel, liking the videos, and sharing our information to get it into the hands that people need it the most. So it'll definitely be very helpful. Also, leave us a comment down below. We're absolutely love hearing from you guys. Thank you all for your support. It has been truly amazing to be able to be on this journey with you guys. So definitely, God bless you all, guys. We definitely appreciate it. We're making sure this stream is not lagging at all. That's the only problem, but I think we seem to be okay.
Nice.
And also, before we start, just want to give a shout out to Dark Waters and the Dark Waters family. As well as DDoS as well, BDRP. So definitely appreciate you guys definitely accepting us like family, definitely plugging us in there. So it's definitely pretty amazing to be part of the Dark Waters network.
Absolutely, it's been a blessing.
Oh yeah, so it's definitely pretty interesting. So yeah, guys, let me pull this up quickly. Let me pull up and let me get rid of this. I forgot to put this on there. That's okay. We'll do it live. Why not? All right, so we definitely have a plethora of weather to discuss, as we stated earlier. So first, let's actually take a look at the current surface observations. So we can actually take a look at this. I should probably pull up Radar Mega first before we do any of this. That's probably the best idea. And we need this, so that, and that one doesn't work. Of course. Oh, you know why it's not working? Because I don't have it pulled up. All right, so let me transition that back on screen for y'all, so that way you guys can see it. So just to show you here, guys, let's see if this actually works. It should work properly. I hope. It might be a little laggy, but that's okay. We'll figure it out eventually, I'm sure. Should be popping up here. Come on.
There we go.
There we go. That's what I want to look at. All right. So throughout the southeast and the deep south, we have some elevated rainstorms propagating across the landscape. As you guys can well see there, we definitely have a lot of rain going on. So these rainstorms are bringing in some steady rains with overall precipitation totals of 1 to 3 inches. So that's definitely soaking rain. Definitely a nice relaxing night out there for most. So that's definitely good. So if you live in these areas, guys, the sounds of the rain make for a perfect night indoors, maybe relaxing to the sounds of rain or sitting on your porch smoking a cigar.
Definitely a nice little meditation setting for sure.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely like it helps relax, it gets you relaxed. And much like these streams, they kind of help me relax a little bit. But yeah, it's definitely pretty awesome. Unfortunately for you guys traveling out there, please take it slow out there if you find yourself under one of these rain bands, because unfortunately things like this, if I do it properly, things like this can take place. Not good, unfortunately. And people like to cross roadways like this, as you can see right there. People crossing the flooded roadway, so definitely not a good sign. Just merely 6 inches of water flowing. Doesn't have to be flowing pretty fast, but can actually sweep the vehicle out of the way. And also, pawning on the roadways can go rather quickly with setup like this. So hydroplaning will become a serious issue as we head into the evening and overnight hours. Definitely not good. This is actually good sound. I could have sworn I turned the sound off for that. Oh well, if it gets copyrighted, it gets copyrighted, is what it is.
We can live with it.
One of these better work. It might. Nah, you know what? This is better sometimes. This ain't been acting a little buggy. Oh, there it is. That's what I wanted to show.
Nice.
Oh, well. That's okay. We'll pull Radar Omega back up because that's the best thing to do at this point. As long as it works. You gotta love technology.
Oh, yeah.
It works and sometimes it doesn't. There we go. Alright. So we're also going to have to watch out for this. Let me actually turn this radar off one more time. Let's get a single sight real quick. I'll turn all that off. We will turn the radar off. We also have this going on here. So this is actually right in here. This is definitely pretty interesting.
Yep. Also, once we move into higher elevations of 30,000 feet and up, we'll be seeing some snow and ice development stretching from northeastern Kentucky down Kentucky, West Virginia, through portions of western and central Virginia. We're eventually going to get to Kentucky. There.
Exactly, you're good.
Just a little ahead of myself. And a big event will take place portions of eastern Tennessee for western North Carolina. So just for a reiteration, these parts of these areas are part of the Smoky Mountains, as well as parts of the Appalachian Mountains there. So parts of these areas I'm actually really familiar with, especially Gatlinburg and Asheville, definitely some populated areas there. Definitely some tourist attraction areas, as Dollyville is in that area. So definitely be on the lookout there for some potential 3 inches of snow there. Even though it seems much for down there, it's a decent amount.
Exactly.
Especially if you live like below 3,000 feet in elevation. As you folks above 3,000 feet can expect up to 8 inches of snow. So definitely a major snow event coming out in that area as well. So we got some winter storm warnings currently in this area.
Sorry to turn that for you.
Yeah, that's good. So what we're expecting here is a heavy mixed precipitation is expected. Total accumulations of upwards up to 8 inches, and ice accumulations about 0.2 of inches. So that combination is going to be which is good news for snow because it'll help with some sort of traction with roads, but at the deep below in the ice, it's going to lead to some sticky situation.
Exactly, not good.
So these for Avery, Yancey, Mitchell, and Haywood counties. And these will affect from 7 p.m. this evening. So this is going on right now as we speak.
Yep.
And this will be going on to midnight Eastern Standard Time Sunday night. So this is definitely going to be a prolonged event for sure.
A little over 24 hours.
Absolutely.
It's definitely not good.
Some of the impacts, including these storms, include traveling could be very difficult to impossible. Gusty winds could combine with winter precipitation to knock down some trees and power lines. And there's still some uncertainty regarding the temperature, so there could be expected battleground, could be some more freezing rain, some light rain mixing in, but this will be more of solid shades. It still could lead to freezing rain and sleet, or less snow, which is still going to be a messy situation throughout the area.
Exactly.
Because that could be even more bad, as ice is more difficult to deal with than snow.
Unfortunately, folks, this is like two giant heavyweights fighting it out in the ring right now. The two air masses, the warm air mass from the south, the cold air mass from the north, and when they meet in the middle... You know, it's like the two goalies in hockey. They come out in the middle, beat the hell out of each other.
Exactly, yeah. It's a big event there for sure.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. So, yeah, as Justin said, so actually, it was midnight earlier, but now it's 7 p.m., so it's actually ongoing. So the time of snow will be from 7 p.m. tonight until midnight tomorrow night. If you were traveling out there, especially you weekend warriors, definitely please use caution out there. Slippery roadways will be likely. So definitely not good. Let me show this. There we go. I gotta pull this up over here. This is gonna be interesting. I've never really showed this stuff before, but I wanted to actually take the time and actually go through some of this stuff here.
You guys are getting an exclusive here at the Board Weather Authority.
Exactly. So switching over to the overall setup, ladies and gentlemen, taking a look at these blue and green regions on here. So these little regions here and up to the north, these actually represent areas of more unsettled weather, thunderstorms, rainfall, snow, sort of that sort there. And areas in red and orange typically represent areas where high pressure regions exist. So for the most part, areas where not much is really going on. This dark blue line, so you can see this line here, that is actually the 540 line. So above this line, freezing temperatures likely exist. Below this line, above freezing temperatures likely exist. And right along this line, temperatures either just below or just above freezing can be expected. Crazy thing is we're actually getting some of that snow in here also, so we're actually going to get some of that mixed in down to the south, that cold air. So it's definitely pretty interesting. So not good. Oops, maybe I should actually do that a little bit. All right, so we step this forward a little bit, so we can step that. Well, we can step until 10 p.m. That's about right. So as stated previously, the system to the south will be causing some issues in the form of liquid precipitation within the deep south and southeast. Again, if you are traversing across this region, please use caution and slow it down. hydroplaning will become, and currently is, an issue across much of the region, especially if you're in or under the mercy of one of these stronger bands of rain. Also, the potential for flash flooding exists. I know most people, when encountering flooded roadways, may feel the need to drive through the water and get to where you're going. However, with the sun setting, it may be very difficult to ascertain how deep that water is and how fast it is moving. Again, just to reiterate, a mere 6 inches of water flowing across the roadway is enough to sweep vehicles downstream. Thus, if you happen across flooded roadways, turn around, don't drown, folks. Your life is more important than where you're going. So definitely remember that. And with that being said, always keep that in mind during heavy downpours and thunderstorms as well as we move into this active pattern heading up. It's definitely crazy.
Absolutely.
This cracks me up.
Stepping forward in time. Oh no! What's that?
Uh-oh.
Oh no! Another disturbance is getting ready to steamroll across the southern U.S. The system will be a particularly strong one. We'll be talking about the system in a minute here. I want you guys all to pay particularly attention to the middle of the country here, where the red and orange colors are displayed.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not good.
These regions will be experiencing some pretty dry conditions for the next 24 hours or so that part is good. If you guys have any plans, this is definitely the time to do so.
Exactly.
But look at this advancing trough menacingly digging through the south towards the Baja Peninsula here. The system will be bringing some very interesting weather for the next few weeks.
Oh, yeah, definitely. This next week is going to be super interesting. So we can actually head into Monday night into Tuesday. Let me step this forward a little bit.
Would this actually be considered an atmospheric river by chance, or is that a little more?
Somewhat, yeah. It has some characteristics of that. It's going to be like a closed low pressure, almost a closed low. You can see like on the map here. Let me go back a little bit. Actually, it is closed low.
Ah, nice.
It actually does close, except that last ISO bar there doesn't close on it. But it's basically the same thing. It's just not going to bring in a ton of moisture for this area. It's going to be a more wind event. So it's definitely pretty interesting.
Nice.
As we head into Monday night into Tuesday, folks, the skies will be opening up big time across portions of the central and southern Great Plains, and the stage will be set for an impressive storm system to take shape. Big time severe weather events will be taking shape across portions of northeastern Texas, into the deep south as well, into the Ozarks on Wednesday. And an even larger, more violent severe weather day will be taking place on Thursday, Wednesday night into Thursday, where many places will play host to severe thunderstorm activity. So it's not good. Good evening, Deborah. Definitely, so far so good. Just getting over a cold or allergies or something. I don't know.
Honestly,
what's going on. Thankfully, it's not anything else. No fevers, nothing crazy. But so far so good. I hope you're doing well. Definitely, it's going to be a wild weather week for sure. So we're going to have to watch this very carefully. But yeah, this is pretty crazy. Step that forward. Take a look. Watch this system swing around if it ever loads properly. Like that northern part, it freaking swings around this that's like rockets up to the north, and then this system swings in behind it. So it's definitely not good. We can also see if I step this forward a little bit further, right there. You can see that 540 line. So check out that how low the wow, I don't know why that was weird. Hey brother, definitely awesome. I'm glad you're here. Definitely good to see you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got a wild weather week coming up.
Oh yeah.
So check out this 540 line here, folks. So this actually dips all the way down into the panhandle of Texas and into portions of Oklahoma as well. And on the northwestern side of this massive system, a robust low-pressure system will form within the confines of New Mexico, so we can see that coming in. So right in there. So it's definitely not good. Let me step that forward a little bit. Actually, you know what? No, we're good. We should be okay. Yeah, I guess that's okay. This is the latest data, so that works.
Nice.
That actually works out a little bit better. But yeah, check that out. Look at that system coming in. It's definitely not good. It's actually, especially right across the Rockies and New Mexico here. This will swing very rapidly up through portions of Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, all the way up through Wisconsin, as we saw that activity going up to the north there. This is going to definitely create a very real potential for significant winter storm as well. So we're going to have to be careful out there. A handful of areas may see blizzard watches and warnings going up from this setup as well. So it's definitely not going to be a setup to play with. It's definitely going to be very interesting. Yeah, we definitely have some interesting events coming up, for sure. There we go. So, I guess I'm right there. This is just insane. It's pretty crazy just to see how...
It just blows up.
Yeah. It's insane. And this is actually Wednesday. I probably should step this back a little bit to this actual main system there, because that's where the snow and all that's going to come from. So as aforementioned, guys, notice how quickly this system moves and ejects off to the northeast. We can play that back. You can see how quickly this actually shifts and ejects off to the northeast up towards Iowa and Wisconsin there. So this first short wave actually clears out of the region. However, yet another wave will swing through and across much of the same area. So we step this forward, we can see that definitely taking shape there. Definitely not good. We also have that bigger trough coming in again.
Oh, yeah.
Comes another one, so it's definitely not good. Big bowling balls. So this is a time period of unsettled weather coupled with cooler temperatures, rapidly switching back to warmer, quieter conditions just in time for the weekend as well, stretching from Texas up through Maine. So that's going to be interesting. So if we actually go into the weekend here, just really quickly, Saturday into Sunday, you can see this massive ridge forming there, guys. Look at all this weather from Texas all the way up to Maine is actually going to be pretty clear. So it's definitely pretty crazy.
Yep, just off to the west here. Take a look at the next low pressure system diving in just to the coast of California there. The system will dive in just like the last system. That's like the last system did. But take a look at how close these lines of height are, which are just really close together.
It's definitely crazy. That's just going to create crazy strong winds.
Absolutely. And this will be beginning Saturday morning there as we move forward in time. Just look how fast the energy just transfers over.
Look at that. Look at that system to the north, how the phasing happens there. That's just insane. The north system definitely phases with the south. And look at that, guys. Just take a look at this real quick. Bam, there it is right there, guys. That's just crazy. Just to see something like that, it's definitely going to set off some crazy events for sure in the future. So basically, we have another low pressure system on our hands, and it looks to be another strong one at that. This will begin to dive down to the southwestern U.S., and this may eventually trigger more severe weather for many of the same areas affected by this first system as well. This is definitely going to be an active week in terms of weather for sure, guys. It's definitely not going to be a good situation. This is another thing I really don't display often, so this will be interesting.
Absolutely.
Let's see here. I just got to remember where I pulled this up at. Oh, I know where it is. This would be... Wow, I'm trying to remember where I pulled this up at. No, here we go. That's what I wanted.
Nice.
Alright, so I don't show this often because a lot of people get confused by it, but, it's actually pretty easy to understand, so we can walk you through it if anybody has any questions at all. This actually thing loads a little bit. There we go. It gets a little confusing, but it looks insane. So just keep that in mind. It does look a little insane. So switching gears. So like I said, this is something I don't display often, and this is the 500 millibar heights with the plotted relative vorticity. So it takes into account with the vorticity. So it's definitely a very, very interesting feature to display. So we continue to step forward in time tonight. We have that vorticity lobe, so you can see that down in the southeast pushing off. Going to push off the coast there. So definitely not good. It's going to push off over the southeast with higher elevations in the southern Appalachians, seeing that snow we talked about earlier. However, it will quickly swing off the coast of the Atlantic, and it's actually going to completely miss the northeast there. So that's definitely pretty interesting how it misses that. At least, it's interesting to me. I don't know. But to me, it's definitely interesting. At this time as well, moving into Sunday night into Monday. So we can actually step that back just a little bit further there. There we go. So we have that secondary system right here. That's digging down to the Baja Peninsula, bringing in some unsettled weather conditions for the southwestern coastline of the United States, even down into Mexico as well. Take note of this system to the north as well. It's definitely going to be pretty interesting. At least if this thing loads properly. There we go. Now, if we step this forward just a little bit, we start to get that flattening out here. Maybe. There we go. So you can see that little flatness there. There's a little bit of a bump in it. So take a look at this. This is a slight amount of zonal flow. So that just means west to east flow. Just a fancy way of saying west to east flow. Just zonal. So however, that will rapidly change as the energy from the north propagates to the south and phases with the system to the south, leaving the northern plains in a dry period, with the main instability axis being further to the south. So we can step this forward a little bit. We can see those two energies phase together. So definitely pretty interesting there. That one swings up and then this one comes down. You can see the phasing right in between them. Not good. Definitely not good. Yeah, so it actually leaves this area in the northern plains actually relatively dry here. This little vorticity lobe, this streamer comes up, but there's really not much activity with that. Maybe a few flurries, possibly some rain showers as well, but not really much in the way of activity. So that's definitely pretty interesting. And then right between the Tuesday through the Wednesday time frame, we're going to see this interesting activity happen. It's definitely going to be pretty crazy. Let me go down a little bit. There we go. So Tuesday into Wednesday. There we go. There's where it starts taking shape right there.
Exactly. And you see it'll take this really sharp dive to the south, turning more negative as it does so. And this will allow the more ingredients to be ingested, pretty much absorbing like a sponge here. Like
exactly.
That's a real thing that we like to talk about, is like that analysis of a sponge just absorbing all the moisture there. And then when you're wringing it out, it just gets all that water and just like everything all there. So definitely
all the ingredients come up in there, it gets absorbed in, like Justin said, just a sponge taking in everything.
Absolutely. This will lead to a potential strong severe thunderstorms on Wednesday. As the system digs, winds will be increasingly as well to enhance snowfall rates, and this system quickly ejects off to the northwest. This will be definitely a multi-system event here as we go on throughout the week here.
I just realized I forgot to put the time on there. There we go. So it's definitely pretty crazy for sure. So during the Wednesday night and the Thursday, which we're at right now, we have that massive area of vorticity coming through, which is not going to be good. And this is going to be deja vu all over again, folks. We definitely have that system once again coming through the same areas that just got rocked by that first system. So that's not good. There's the overall setup, the major winter storm. So it's definitely going to develop right in here, guys. So right in between this vorticity streamer on the backside and this vorticity, the larger vorticity streamer out ahead. So it's going to develop across the heart of the country and through the upper Midwest. So it's definitely going to be very, very interesting. And if we step this forward just a little bit more, right after that, this is why we're saying it's going to be very active. We have another one coming in, guys. That's not good. Right after that, we have yet another robust vorticity lobe traversing over much of the same areas as the previous two systems as we had head into Sunday next week. So, folks, you can just see how active this pattern will be getting over the next week. Definitely not good. If you love weather, it's good. But if you don't love weather, I feel for you. Let's see. Okay, we can move into temperature anomalies too, which is very interesting to look at. I never showed this before either. So I'm trying to get into more data just to show. Somewhat a little confusing, but I love vorticity. Vorticity is one of my favorite things. Temperature anomalies. These ones are a little bit easier to understand. If it ever loads. I don't know what that was, but seriously, you're not going to load?
Oh no.
You're going to be this way?
It's going to be. Oh, there we go.
There we go. All right, I got to step this back a little bit. All right, that is right about right. Actually, you know what? We're going to go to. We'll go to 7. That's okay. It's 2 hours ago, but that's actually no. What am I doing? That's tomorrow. Wow. For some reason, I keep thinking today is Sunday. I'm not good. All right. So this is called temperature anomalies. So basically, it just takes in where temperatures are warmer and where temperatures are cooler. So that's what's just called an anomaly, how much below and above climatological norm that temperatures are. So let's take a look at near conditions at first. So this is around 7 p.m. This is about 2 hours ago. So not too bad. So right where we can see that unsettled weather coming through, down in the south and southeast, many areas are playing host to cooler conditions. So that's definitely pretty interesting. We can also pick up that zonal flow here up to the north as well with these warmer temperatures across the U.S. and Canada as well, which is very unusual for this time of year. Normally,
it's flipped.
Yeah, exactly. Normally it's flipped. So it's definitely pretty crazy. So we'll move into Monday here. We'll go through Sunday. We get a little bit more activity, but then this is where stuff starts to really hit the fan. So it's definitely interesting. Temperatures within the south begin to rebound as well. So you can see all these temperatures starting to increase here. So definitely not good. This will be due to a more southerly flow across the region. This southerly flow will aid in warm air advection across many areas that are currently experiencing cooler temperatures due to the rainfall. Again to the north across the U.S.-Canadian border, which really isn't normal. We're seeing areas experiencing upwards of 20 to 35 degrees above normal. So that's definitely pretty interesting to see. Definitely not a good sign of things to come, and this is all while we await our next storm system. So you can definitely see how much energy is actually in the atmosphere with these actual systems and the temperatures here. So it's not good. Not good at all. It's very crazy. You can see that there's the low pressure system starting to come ashore there. with those cooler temperatures. So about -9 to -15 degrees below normal, possibly even down to -23 degrees below normal. So definitely not good. So these above average temperatures will be adding a plethora of fuel to these developing storm systems, which is basically the proverbial fuel in the fire type of scenario.